On this episode of the Massive Agent Podcast, we're going to talk about how the mortgage industry, loan officers are really waking up to the importance of marketing and really what that means to you if you're a loan officer and what it means to you if you're an agent working with a loan officer. Plus, I have something really cool and timely to tell you about.
The Massive Agent Podcast, with lead generation tips and strategies to get you more leads and sell more homes.
I love to buy houses. I like to sell houses.
It takes brass balls to sell real estate.
Wait a minute.
The leads are weak. You're weak.
I've had better.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Here's your host, Dustin Brohm.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 39 of the Massive Agent Podcast. 39. Wow. What's crazy is I started this I feel like I blacked out. I blacked out since January. Like, all of a sudden we're at episode 39. So, guys, this is really the first episode I remember. I blacked out for episode 1 through 38. No, kidding. But it's crazy how... January is not that long ago. January 2018, I've already done almost 40 episodes and having an absolute blast. I've met a lot of amazing people, had a lot of awesome opportunities open up. And so, man, it's crazy. Time flies. Time absolutely flies. For those that may not know me yet, my name is Dustin Brohm, your host. I'm a realtor in Salt Lake City, Utah with eXp Realty. I'm the founder of Search Salt Lake and Salt Lake Insider, and also the founder of the Massive Agent Society, our Facebook ad lead generation training and support system where we give you some Facebook ad campaigns. First off, we give you videos and support and live coaching, direct coaching from me and hand-holding from me and other members of the group. So we teach you how to do them and, more importantly, which ads to run, because a lot of people know how to do an ad, but maybe they struggle with knowing what to do. So we give you a lot of different examples. We tell you, use this headline, use this creative, use this copy paste this, set it up, use this audience, bing, bang, boom. And speaking of that, so one of the main reasons why I started the Massive Agent Society is, first off, honestly, it's because one of the things that I have been very good at and have learned a lot about and had a lot of success with is Facebook ads and paid traffic. And so, I want to be able to share that with as many people as possible, but doing so requires that they have support, because an ad that may work wonders in Seattle might not go anywhere for an agent in Miami, for example. So they have to adjust some things. So having support so that you can learn and know how to make those adjustments and what adjustments to make, that's key. So I wanted to provide that. But one of the main reasons too is I see a huge shift coming in this industry. Okay, the markets are starting to soften a little bit, and some of it is seasonal. It just depends on where you're at. But I know that Seattle, it's starting to really cool off. And so we know, because we've had the longest bull market ever, the longest bull market in history, we know that at some point this market has to start coming down. I'm not saying it's going to crash, but there's definitely going to be a correction in the real estate industry. And so so many of us are so used to times being great and just prices going up indefinitely and there always being more demand than supply. Well, guess what? Once there's a buyer's market, that changes. Things are the opposite. Now there's more supply than demand. And pretty soon you have to actually know how to market a property to sell it. And you might have trouble getting clients. So I'm legitimately concerned about a lot of my fellow agents out there who they don't know hard times, or they just don't know how to generate their own leads. Maybe they're new to the business, or they've relied on a team to give them leads. They don't know how to get their own leads. That's a problem. So it's very important to me that I help as many other agents as possible to take their lead generation into their own hands, so that when the market does change, and regardless of the market conditions, if you know how to generate your own leads, you're going to be just fine. In fact, you're probably going to thrive, because so much of your competition is going to go back working at Chili's. They're going to go back to being a bank teller, or they're going to go work at some, accountant's firm. Who knows? And so a lot of your competition is going to fall out, which means you have the opportunity to shine, especially if you can generate your own leads. So learning how to do that now, before the big crash or the correction or whatever, before that happens, is key. So with that in mind, because I'm feeling a little urgency here. I'm starting to see a softening, and some of it is seasonal, but it just depends on the market you're in. So what I'm going to do, against my better judgment here, but I think this is important. I really want to I want to get the Massive Agent Society in the hands of as many people as possible. Now, I already give a free lifetime membership to anyone who comes to join eXp Realty with me and to join our eXp team. So that's still on the table. But for you guys who are not with us, we do an annual membership, okay? The annual membership's $2,900, $29.99. Okay, so that's $600 off. If you look at it, if you break down what it would be monthly for the Massive Agent Society, we give you $600 off to buy an annual membership. What I'm going to do from now until the end of September 2018, until 11:59 p.m. on September 30th, 2018, the annual membership's half off. Yeah, maybe I've totally blacked out during this too, and I don't even realize that I'm doing this, and that'll come to my senses. But for now, until I come to my senses, I'm doing 50% off the annual membership, so it's only $1,500. That's only $125 a month for the Massive Agent Society when it's normally $300. So take advantage. If you've been on the fence, if you're like, oh, I don't know, find out, because I'm telling you, we turn into a pumpkin at the end of this month. That promotion goes away. I'm not going to do the half off the annual membership again, but it's there now. So find out. Go to massiveagentsociety.com. Find out if your market is still available. There's still some major cities, major markets that are still available, actually. There's Atlanta, Nashville, Miami, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Dallas, Seattle, the west side of Phoenix. Scottsdale is already sold out, but Phoenix is so big that I broke it into 3, along with East Valley. Denver, Canada, that we don't have any society members in Canada, so like Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, those are still available. Houston, New Orleans, Vegas. There's some big cities on there. So go to massiveagentsociety.com, click on sold out markets in the top, and find out if your market is still available. And if it is, you can take advantage of the annual, the 1-year membership for only $1,500. That's 50% off. To get that deal, you need to put in a coupon code. Okay, so this coupon code expires, like I said, at the end of September 2018. The coupon code is 50 off annual. 50 off annual, all one word. That's the coupon code. So you use that at checkout. If you don't use that code, you don't get the discount. Okay, so hopefully that'll help some of you guys get off the fence. And I'm telling you, take lead gen into your own hands, because when the market turns, if all of a sudden Zillow leads or Realtor.com leads or wherever you've been buying leads from, if those turn to shit or they triple in price because no one can get their own clients anymore, so now they're just, they're all going for Zillow leads, you're going to be priced out. The big teams are going to be the only ones that can afford it. So you have to start learning how to generate your own leads. And the best spend out there, the best value by far, is Facebook ads. We're going to show you how to do it in the Massive Agent Society and give you the support to learn it. Okay. All right. I know I yammered on a little bit more than I normally do at the beginning of the show, but I feel that that's important. Again, 50 off annual is the coupon code to get half off the annual membership. That's only $125 a month for 12 months of the Massive Agent Society. So, okay, what I wanted to talk to you about today. I just got back from the Engage.Marketing Conference put on by HousingWire in Dallas. It was last week, and I spoke on a panel along with my good friend Jason Frazier from theagentmarketer.com. We were on a panel about the relationship between a realtor and a lender. Now, there were only 2 agents in the room. Everyone else were loan officers and lenders or executives at mortgage companies. So I'm going to give you my takeaways from it and what you need to know as an agent or as a loan officer from what I learned. So first off, I think it's important to say, the tone of the panel directed at these lenders was, I don't need your flyers. I don't need your rate sheets. I don't need another branded app. I don't need co-marketing. I need that stuff like I need a freaking hole in the head, okay? What I need is for you to actually understand what I'm trying to do and understand my value. And if you want my clients as a realtor, you better bring some value to me first. So what I was telling these these loan officers is that if they're trying to attract a realtor, they need to stop offering lunch or coffee or golf in return for clients. That's not a very good deal for a realtor, okay? If realtors have a bunch of clients, maybe you should approach with something a little bit more interesting. How about this? How about you as a loan officer learn how to market yourself? Learn how to generate your own leads. Learn how to run those Facebook ads. And by the way, the Massive Agent Society is absolutely available for loan officers. It's not just for agents. So LOs, you can take advantage of that half off deal as well. But if you can get your own leads and your own clients, then you can take those 2 pre-qualified buyers you have and approach an agent that you want to work with and that you want to build a long-term relationship with and say, hey, Mr. Realtor, I have 2 pre-qualified buyers here. Would you like them? Of course, they're going to say yes. They'd be stupid not to. And then, of course, this is a given, you have to absolutely wow them with your communication, with just how smooth it is, with getting shit done efficiently. And if you can do that while giving them a client first, you get their attention, you get them to work with you, you wow them during the process, and then I can almost guarantee you they're going to feel like they need to reciprocate to you, and then all of a sudden they're referring business to you, which is what you wanted in the first place. But loan officers are doing it backwards. They're coming with an ask first instead of giving something of value first and then hoping for a client in return. If you can do that, if you can start getting your own leads and your own clients, then you can get any realtor in town to work with you. I'm telling you. But you have to give a client to get a client. You know, I think that kind of sent shockwaves through some of the room. I mean, a lot of LOs got it, and the agents in the room were like nodding their heads. They're like, They got it, but some of them it was a wake-up call because it flies in the face of everything that they've been taught from their, old gray-haired mentors that have been, they've been in the mortgage business for 30 years. Things have changed dramatically in 3 years, let alone 30. So it makes sense to them. Here's what I'm noticing. The executives at these big mortgage companies and lenders that were there, they all understand. They're starting to wake up to the importance of content marketing, of social media, of, being online and having an online presence, being up to speed technologically. I feel like the mortgage industry and loan officers especially are like 3 or 4 years behind realtors. We've been doing this type of marketing, the stuff we've been talking about on this podcast. We've been doing this for years, but most loan officers have fallen so far behind because they're still sending freaking mass canned LinkedIn DMs trying to get realtors to go to coffee with them. And that's their business building strategy. And no wonder why they're starving to death. But loan officers are waking up. Okay, so if you're listening to the show, you're already a step ahead of your competition. But now you need to do something about it. Now you actually need to take what you're learning here and go apply it. Okay, go learn how to run Facebook ads. Go run some Google AdWords. Go start a blog, start a video show, start a podcast in your local area, and start attracting your own clients. Now, realtors, if you're working with a loan officer who's still doing things the old way, and they're not showing any signs that they're getting it or that they're starting to wake up, keep an eye on that. They may be a fantastic lender, but I'm telling you, technology at some point in the very near future is going to pass them by to where now they can't provide the same level of service and efficiency and everything because they're not up on the best new technology. They're just not. And here's what sucks. If your loan officer has no interest in generating leads the right way, you're not ever going to get any referrals from them. So it may be a one-sided relationship where it's just you giving them leads and you don't get anything in return. That sucks. So keep an eye on your loan officer, but help them too. If they show a willingness to, to learn and realize that the ground has already shifted under their feet and they want to do something about it, they can make that decision like that. Help them do that. Okay, maybe you can do some marketing together. You can go out and do some interview shows together or blog and, you can each write articles or whatever you want to do. But loan officers, your competitors are waking up fast. You need to wake up right now and start getting to work, doing what you know you have to do to get your own business. Now, something else I noticed at this conference is about HousingWire. So HousingWire, I had heard about for years, but they're mostly, as of now, like all their content's geared towards the mortgage world. And, Inman is really geared towards the real estate agents. Well, HousingWire, keep an eye on them because they are wanting to kind of merge the two and kind of build an Inman where it speaks just as much to realtors as it does to mortgage people. And I'm telling you, HousingWire could be a force to reckon with as far as a real estate media company in the next year or two because they have a really smart dude at the helm. His name's Clayton. And they have some really interesting projects coming up. This summit, this conference, was really well done. It was in a beautiful hotel in Dallas. It was at the Renaissance Hotel, just northwest of the city, overlooking downtown Dallas. It was amazing, beautiful. They did a fantastic job. They had Ryan Serhant as the keynote speaker, and I had heard of him before, but I've never seen his show $1 Million Listing, and I've never seen Sell It Like Serhant. So I didn't know a lot about him, but my hell, he is hilarious. He is so funny as a keynote speaker. I mean, dude, I was laughing my ass off. Everyone in the room was laughing their ass off. He's just authentic. He's approachable. He's funny, but you can tell he's sharp, and he is a freaking go-getter. So that was cool. They brought him in. I really was impressed with HousingWire. So keep an eye on them. Inman's not the only real estate media company in town, okay? Now, there's another company out there that I learned about that I had not heard of called Melohome, Mello Home. Melohome is actually a company owned by Loan Depot, which I found out is like the 5th largest retail lender in the country. And they're mostly online marketing is how they get all their leads. But they have Melohome, and they hired the former CEO of Keller Williams. His name's Chris Heller. Chris Heller was at this conference. He was actually at a dinner that I was at, which was cool. But he did a little keynote talking about how Melohome is trying to create this all-in-one ecosystem for the consumer that has, the mortgage, has the realtor, title, home inspectors, repair people. Everyone is kind of in the Melohome ecosystem, and they're trying to look for agent partners to work with them. Now, you have to be a top producer. You have to do a certain number of deals per year, and then they ask for, I believe it's a 25 or 30% referral fee for every deal you close, but it doesn't cost you anything up front to partner with them and be one of their go-to agents in your town. So check them out. They're not paying me to say this at all. I just thought it was interesting. I haven't looked into them much here in the Salt Lake area, but I'm going to apply to be one of their partner agents. Melohome sounds like a very interesting idea, and all I know is the former CEO of Keller Williams is running the show there, and he's the dude that brought Keller Williams to basically to what it is today. He knows what the hell he's doing. So don't sleep on Melohome. Don't sleep on Loan Depot either. So a quick little story about the conference, which I think is kind of cool. I met some really cool real estate podcasters there, and it was weird. So there were a few of us that went to this executive dinner with the founder of HousingWire and some other people, and we realized that there were 5 of us sitting on one side of the table, and all 5 of us had our own podcast. It's like all of us loudmouths who can't help but just yap, all kind of congregated together. And someone was like, holy crap, we have like 5 podcasts between us. So cool. I met some podcasters over in the mortgage space. I met David Licken, who's a podcasting pioneer in the mortgage world. He's been podcasting for 9 years. He has a show called Licken on Lending. His last name is Licken. I know it sounds weird. He knows it too. Lykken on Lending. He is definitely, dude, podcasting for 9 years. Wow. That guy is a legend. Jason Frazier, he's a podcaster. He has the Agent Marketer podcast. I met Nate Smoyer. He does the Tech Nest podcast. He interviews real estate tech companies and founders of real estate tech firms. And then Phil Treadwell of the Mortgage Marketing Expert podcast. And then little old me. These guys, it was so cool to meet and kind of talk shop. And these guys we're all doing totally different things, really. So it was nice to bounce ideas off those guys. And here's what's cool. We have a project that we're going to work on together moving forward. So if you're looking for some other real estate podcasts, especially if you're a loan officer, check out some of those podcasts. Mortgage Marketing Expert, Tech Nest, The Agent Marketer, Licken on Lending, and well, you're already listening to this show. So another takeaway from the Engage.Marketing Summit, there are some stats being passed around by these executives at these big mortgage companies like Loan Depot and Flagstar and Movement Mortgage and a lot of these lenders that get a ton of leads online, is they're finding that a majority of consumers are now seeking financing first before they seek out a realtor. Guys, that's huge. Okay, that's like, oh my God, pay attention, because it used to be that the realtor started everything. The realtor, even though the realtor is still the general contractor of the situation, we have to juggle all the subcontractors, title, lender, inspector, appraiser, all that stuff. That hasn't changed, but they're seeing a ton of data that shows that consumers are coming to the lender first because of their online marketing efforts. They're coming to the lender first. Now, the lender can help persuade them and point them in the direction of an agent. Okay, that's crazy. And if that trend continues, do you think it's going to be more important to know how to generate your own leads? Yeah, that means consumers are going to be coming to us less and less. And now we're at the mercy of being referred by a lender. Pay attention to that, because if that trend continues, and it probably will, that is huge. I hope you guys are kind of seeing the theme here. I don't mean this to be like, oh my God, the sky is falling, but this is getting real. Okay. We have to pay attention and take action doing the right things in situations like this. Our whole industry is changing. It's getting nuts. So use your critical thinking, figure out, hey, if consumers continue to go to realtors less and go first to a lender, if that continues, what does that mean for me? What do I need to do in order to get my own business? Think about what that means. And I'm telling you, you have to learn how to generate your own leads on your own without relying on buying them from Zillow or wherever else. I'm talking organic leads through content marketing and Facebook ads. So stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot more. Now even though loan officers and the mortgage industry is waking up to the importance of this current modern marketing, I'm now awake to how behind the mortgage world was. And I'm now more in tune with, their perspective on things, because this whole summit was basically their perspective. So now I'm conscious of it. I'm going to keep my eye on it. This is important stuff. I want to know what's going on the mortgage side the same way they want to know what's going on our side of things. So stay tuned. We're going to be talking a lot more about this. This podcast will probably start speaking to loan officers a bit more than we have in the past, even though all the marketing stuff we've ever talked about is just as relevant for loan officers as it is for realtors. But I really want to help grow our audience in the loan officer community too. So realtors, share this podcast. If you haven't yet, please share this podcast with your lender partners. They need to hear this stuff too. Don't you want your lender to be able to generate their own leads to then refer you more business? Because that's what's going to happen. Okay, if you're learning stuff here on this show that's helping you to get more business, help your lender to do the same thing. That benefits both of you guys. Okay, just a quick reminder, we do have our Alexa flash briefing. It's called the Massive Agent Minute. We do that every single day, 7 days a week. There's a 60 to 90 second idea, a tip, a strategy, a rant, a thought, something motivational. Every single day, it's my way to stay in touch with you guys, because it kind of sucks waiting a week for a new podcast episode. I get it. So that's why I started the flash briefing called Massive Agent Minute. Go enable that on your Alexa app or on Amazon desktop under skills. Just search for Massive Agent and you'll find it. Enable it, and then you just have to say, Alexa, play my flash briefing. Boom. It plays all the briefings you've enabled. And if you do enjoy that, please leave us a review. It helps us a lot. And if you missed the beginning of the show for some reason, I don't know why you would, because it's a podcast, but maybe you blacked out during that first part too. Just a reminder, our Massive Agent Society, which you can learn more about at massiveagentsociety.com, is right now only $125 per month. If you buy the annual membership, that's 50% off. The discount code to apply at checkout is 50 off annual, 50 off annual. That's good till September 30th at midnight. And then that deal is off the table. So take advantage, become an annual member, get membership for a full year. And as always, if you join our eXp Realty team, you get a free membership to that as well, a free lifetime membership as long as you're with our eXp team. Because really, we want you to have the tools you need to sell more homes and to be successful. To find out more about eXp and what my brokerage is all about and why I'm so excited about it and why I'm so zealously trying to get you to come see the light, go just watch a simple video at massiveagentpodcast.com/exp. massiveagentpodcast.com/exp. Hit play on it, and if you like what you see, let's talk. Simple as that. Cool, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. I'll be back next week with another episode of the Massive Agent Podcast. It'll be episode number 40. Crazy. I like nice round numbers. They're just so nice and smooth. Wow, that sounded weird. That's a weird way to end the podcast, but, well, I'm a weird guy. Thanks, guys. Go sell some homes. Have a good weekend.